right, here we go. This is going to be a video for everyone, really. I'm actually doing this for our Discord group members as well. And I'll go through a few things today. Every time I do one of these videos or every time I post something on Twitter each day, I want to make sure that I'm updating you on the health of the market. So I'll try to start doing that at least with the total 3 chart, because of course that's, the altcoin, whatever you want to call it, the health of the altcoin market. So we'll look at that here in a minute. We'll look at Bitcoin. I'm going to show you some of the results of our Discord just in case you want to join. I want you all to succeed. I don't care if you join our Discord or not. I just want you to know it's out there, because maybe you don't know. We have about, maybe 60 members now. We've only been going about a month. We've had many successful plays, and we've had some plays that haven't done so well yet. I mean, I'm not going to be shy about showing that either. So I look at those as opportunities. If they're sitting at support, it's very important for us to buy at support and sell at resistance. Take profit, pay yourself. We're all about trading comfortably, being able to sleep well at night, keeping a little bit of cash on the side, 10 to 30%, just in case there's a market dip. Nobody can predict that. And just imagine if you were able to take advantage of any market dip. Wouldn't that be amazing? I want you to be the person in your family that everybody looks up to, that has a lot of knowledge in crypto, and knows how to trade correctly, knows how to use proper risk management. And then when you do those things, you'll start to become profitable, and you'll be able to do those things that you want to do to help your family, maybe pay off your mom and dad's house, or maybe for your family, you want to take them on a vacation, whatever it is. Anybody can do this. I mean, it's not something that takes a lot of time to understand. It takes a lot of time to master, obviously, but it's not something that you're incapable of doing. Just know that anybody is able to do this. And I'm going to show you some tricks as I go through this. And maybe I'll just show you how to do support resistance. I've already shown a couple of groups how to do it. It takes a little bit more time. And, there's a couple different groups that I'm helping to learn those things. One is the Braver Discord group, and one is my Discord group, which is called Bike for Sale, Smart Money Alerts. And for those of you that don't know, my Discord group is all about researching smart money plays. We find the plays that they're in, we follow the money basically. And all we care about is getting in the tokens early, getting in the coins early. I'm not really so concerned about when they get out, because we know how to take profits. We don't need them to tell us that. We just need to know what plays are out there that are catching their interest, basically. So let's jump into this. I'm going to keep this music in the background. I believe it's still going. Yeah. And let me just flip this over here. And let's get started. All right, on Twitter, total 3, I posted this about 24 minutes ago. Momentum slowing a bit. I'll show this here in a second. Momentum is slowing a bit on the 3-hour chart. Money flow is coming out just a bit. Doesn't mean that it's ready to roll over just yet. Overall markets are healthy today. I want to emphasize that today. I'm not talking about for the whole week or the whole month, because I do believe a dip is coming this month. So today we are still bullish, and that could change within hours even. But I like to just take a snapshot every day, and I'll start sharing it with you. I have posted a token called Sturdy, 12 hours ago. There's some other stuff I posted here. If you're not following me on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so, because I do share free tokens. Most of them are on my Smart Money Discord, which you can find the link right here at the top of my profile. If you click on my name, it'll take you to my profile. You can click here on this link, and we're adding some new alpha soon that will get us into plays even sooner. But just understand that if a dip happens, it doesn't matter what group you're in, the altcoins are going to dip with it. Sometimes you'll get a random altcoin or two that still go up. But if Bitcoin dips, nearly all of the alts are going to dip as well. So we are keeping some money on the side for that right now, because I do believe it's happening this month. Though nobody can predict it. It's just the way it is. And it could be a shallow dip. We don't know. I'll never pretend to know everything. And then this, I'll post some stuff here from time to time about taking care of yourself internally, externally. This is a good friend of mine, Crypto LTP5. Met him through the Braver Discord group. and he posted some things that might be of interest to you. So we post a lot of different stuff, or I post a lot of different stuff on this channel, and I think you'd really be interested in it. Crypto, everything. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. And I will, of course, timestamp this as you're going through it. Be sure to look at the bottom of the video, like down here when the video is playing. It'll have, little gaps of time that you can hover over, and you can pick what thing that you want to watch. If you want to skip over some portion and just go to the thing that you're interested in, the specific coin that you want to look at, then just do that, click on that area. So Bitcoin is currently, let's see here, Bitcoin. So we're bullish on every time frame except 15-minute. RSI is basically neutral, means it has room to run if it wants to. DXY is mostly bearish. It is an inverse correlation to Bitcoin, so that would tell you that things are still pretty bullish. The only time frame that's not bullish on right now, or that DXY is not bearish on, is the 3-hour. And then, well, this is total, not total 3, but total market cap mirrors what Bitcoin is doing usually, because Bitcoin's included in it. Yeah, this is Bitcoin. So actually, was that the wrong chart that I posted earlier? Oh, it was. That was Bitcoin chart, not total. I meant to put the total 3 chart on the Twitter. I mistakenly put Bitcoin. So anyway, Bitcoin's momentum is rolling over currently. Money flow is tapering down a bit. So although there is, and some of you may be interested in this TradingView package here that I'm showing, a friend of mine is having me and some other people test this currently. So we're kind of putting it through the paces to see if there's any bugs or anything. And I believe he's going to be releasing it in about a month. And when that happens, I'll let you know. So I'm not affiliated with this project other than, I do pay for it, and I will have an affiliate link, but I have not done any work on this project myself. So there's currently a buy signal, and this is on the 3-hour chart. And since momentum's rolling over, it tells me that we could come back down to this line at minimum. And then if this fails, then, maybe here, I actually need to put another line here. Maybe somewhere in here about 51. I'd have to look more closely at that, but 50 to 51K, something like that. Maybe even 52K. And then one more line below is 42K. So I don't know that these lines are going to hit, but if they do, these are good support areas for you to watch for. Total 3, money flow is kind of coming out of it, but there's no clear sign that things are just going to roll over immediately. This is an AI social intelligence score, meaning when it's green and it's 5, that's the highest score it can have. So there's a lot of people talking about total 3 and altcoins in general on Twitter and on Reddit currently. That's the 2 things that it tracks. And this all encompasses within this TradingView. Looks like it's updating right now. It might update every 30 minutes. Well, it probably updates more often than that, but I'm just wondering if it has a certain time that it kicks in, maybe every 5 to 10 minutes. So your number 5 and your green is a good score. That means people are very interested in it. If you were to get like a 5 in a red box here, then usually things are bullish in that case. Like when it was coming down right here, this was probably a red 5. And it changes depending on what time frame you choose as well. Okay, let me find, I think what I want to do, well, let me just start this way. I'm just going to go over a few of our plays on the Discord, and you can skip over this if you want, or if you're interested in joining the Discord, I'll put it in the description below and you can join us. We have plays like nearly every day, new plays. So if you're wanting to join us, I'm going to show you some of our wins and our losses lately, or at least the ones that haven't moved. And I'm going to show you what we're looking for in a token, basically. So number 1, of course, is smart money. And the way I find smart money is I go here on the Nansen app, and I might search a token like MOG. So I'll type in MOG. And I actually posted this one before it took off for a 20x or more. I posted this one on Twitter for free. So I do post really good ones on Twitter So even if you don't join our group, there you go, you can still make money. So I look for, my favorite wallets in here that I've curated. And if I see them and I see that, smart money is accumulating, more people are purchasing, then I have a pretty good idea that, these people have a lot of conviction. Whenever you see a little nerd emoji here on these wallets, it means that they are the most profitable wallets in Nansen over a specific period of time or within a specific category. And I've showed that before I can't go over all of them, but I've showed that before in previous videos if you want to go back and watch that. I'm not going to get into it right now. So, MOG has been a very good one. We called it way back here on Twitter and in our group, made a 23x on it. Of course, I took some profit as things went up. I didn't just make a pure 23x. And that's what you're going to get from me. I'm always honest about what I do and about the things that we call and the outcome of the things that we call. We're not going to get everything right. And I do have 2 people helping me in there, by the way. That's why I'm saying we. They make calls as well. And some of it doesn't have anything to do with smart money. I mean, we 3, the other 2 people in there with me, have been doing this since 2017 or so, and I met them in 2020-ish. So we've been doing it for many years now, although this group just started about a month ago. So that one there, yeah, we got a 23x. Here is Suka. We're currently up about 3.5x or so. AI intelligence score is 5. That means a lot of people are talking about it. It's a good meme coin. Everything looks really good with it. Also, another thing with this, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but with this trading indicator called Engineering Robo, what is it called? Crypto Engineering, Engineering Robo AI. And that will be released in about a month. There are take profit areas, like it'll actually call it out to you so you know when to take profit. And that's up to you whether you decide to or not, but it's a smart thing to do. That's what smart money does. Here is Rain. We did about a 6x on it so far. I'm still in this one. I'm still in Suka. I wouldn't suggest purchasing them right now because they have made a pretty good move. Wait for them to pull back. And we do put profit-taking levels as well. You can see these are hitting these lines really well. This one poked a little bit above. Suka hit it exactly. It could just keep going though. I'm not saying that it's done here. It's just like a temporary take profit area. And MOG actually hasn't hit its take profit yet, but I have noticed that smart money has been taking profits themselves. So that's another way we tell sometimes if it's time to take profits for ourselves. Fed AI, this is one that it pushed pretty good at the beginning when we first called it, but then it fell back down. And actually, if I'm being honest, I believe we were waiting actually for it to get above this bullish line. So, we might have made a 2x on it and now it's getting bearish again. So it could just come down into this range. And if it was to hit this support, this would be a great buy area. I've predetermined these support resistance areas based on going to a higher time frame and finding what makes the most sense, as far as where it rejected and where it found support. So that's how I find these things. And I'll teach you that in our Discord if anybody is interested in joining us and finding out more about that. It's very simple. I mean, I'm happy to show anybody how to do this. So yeah, we're definitely a little bit bearish right now. This is kind of a buy area currently, in my opinion. I think that it could go back up, but if we were to look at the social engineering score, or the social intelligence score, that's funny. It's a Freudian slip, social engineering. Not only does it have a moving average that it broke below, so that's definitely bearish, but also it has a red 5, so that's just not good for it. And in this case, what we would probably tell our members is, if you want to get out of this one, that's fine. And if it comes back down here and this 5 turns green, then you could buy back lower. But could it just be a fake out down? Sure, it could. I mean, there's a wick right here. There's a little bit of support from the past over here. So, it could just find support here and then come back up. We don't know. That's why we just take it a day at a time, right? Okay, here's WBuy. Did about a 2x, a little bit more than a 2x so far. Looks a little bit bearish currently. In CDT, we called this one way back, maybe late February or so. It might have been up here more actually. So, about a 2x so far. And this is every single play we're in, by the way, and every one of these have made a profit so far. This one for Lake, I think this one will get going again. This is probably one I should move I wanted to move it over here to the ones that I'm going to tell you about that you could actually take action on right now for free. You don't have to join the group to know about these. Lake could be a longer term play, and I believe it could hit around $1 or so. It's a very good like medical data. I don't know exactly what the thing is. I'm trying to name it or categorize it. Basically, hospitals will be able to access this data. It's AI based, that sort of thing. So, a lot of consolidation here. It's above the bullish line. Looks really good to me. I mean, as long as it holds this line, I think it's going to push up at some point. So really, I would probably push this back over here because I was going to show you some that you could buy now that look pretty good. But just be aware that if we have a dip this month, any of these could go down. So that's why we tell our group members to definitely have some money on the side, 10 to 30% this month, just in case. Because you'd make a whole lot more money if you got in on the dip versus having all your money in the market. All right, Tau Bank we did pretty well on. It did about a 2x, and now it's bearish. I mean, there's no skirting that. It's definitely bearish right now, but there is some support here. Definitely some support there. Maybe it comes all the way back down to here. It could. We got in about 65 cents on maybe the day that it released. Here's ORDS. Did really well on it. 2.5x roughly. If it holds this TP1, this is a good buy. Oh, I guess I could show you what the score. Well, it's a social intelligence score of 3, and it's red, so not great right now. I don't really use. I mean, I'm testing this trading view indicator, but I don't really use many indicators. It's a very good one. It's probably going to be one of the best ones on the market once it comes out here in about a month. But I typically use more support resistance lines, which are important still to use with anything. So you need to learn to do support resistance lines yourself. Here's Rainy Studios token. It's got a nice uptrend here, nice steady uptrend. Looks really good. Not something I would enter unless it came back down to here. If you're looking for something to enter. Mora, this is another one that's doing real well. It's got a high social intelligence score. People are talking about it. Did a 200% from the call. It's kind of in no man's land. You don't want to enter it right now. AMMX. This is one that we notice a smart money wallet that we really trust has been accumulating. And let's see, that's a 3-hour chart. Let's see what the 1 hour is doing. I mean, anywhere near this line, which it was pretty much here, looks good to buy. It is dipping a little bit below this moving average, but we did do like a 1.5x from the first entry. And you could even take this off and just, there's a indicator here called the ARDI by Phoenix Binary. And you can just see, here's the settings I use. You can pause it to see them if you want. But if this turns green, you could get in. If it turns red, you could get out. Currently, it's still green. So that's another free indicator that you can use if you want. Here is Lake. We didn't do much on this one yet. Oh, that's the one I talked about. Sorry, already talked about it. Looks is about a 2x so far from the call. The score on AI Social is 5, so it's looking good. It's 5 in green. If it dips back down to this line, it would be a good entry for sure, because that's a support line. Maybe that's what it does. It retraces back down. That's an outstanding entry, actually. I'm just going to put on here, what? Buy looks. That's how you set an alert on TradingView. All right, Unital, not looking good. It is at support. This is where you want to be buying if this is one that you like. It would play off the Tau narrative. Look up the coin, make sure it's something that you want first. But, if this is an interest to you, then even though things are red, you want to buy when it's cheap, not when it's way up here when it's expensive. This looks kind of like a bull flag, something like that. Maybe really extended bull flag, which is basically just a downwards consolidation. So, could be a really good play there. But if it rejects this line and starts, breaks below like 1439, then it's going much lower. I mean, it could even come down to here at 5 cents. Hopefully it doesn't do that though. Okay, yeah, so that, I mean, that is a play that you can enter, by the way. This is another one that's in consolidation. This is the buy area between support and the bullish line. Social intelligence score of 4, Shutter token, I am in this one. And then last one I'm going to talk about is Angle Protocol. We noticed a smart money wallet was accumulating this one at the bottom. It is an older token. I'm not super thrilled about those, but this one just made a lot of sense because it had a big dip and then it just went sideways for a long time right here. It had a little bit of a pump, but it could come up here to TP1. So from here, that would be about a 2 to 3x, right? Yeah. I think it will get back up there, and it could get higher. I mean, it could go much higher, up to here to 34 cents. But, make sure you're buying at the line. If it comes down here, touches this line, you could buy some there. If it comes all the way back down to here, that would be a really good buy as well. But just be aware that if it breaks below those lines, then it's probably bearish until it gets down to the next line. And we keep these charts updated. We post new plays every day. Sometimes the members in the Discord group post plays. So there's plenty of action, plenty of activity in there. And it's just a really good thing. So let's close all these out. Well, actually, I'll leave them open for now. Let's look at some other plays. So this will be a whole new, like I was talking about the timestamps in the video that you're watching. This will be a whole new section where I'm going to start talking about new smart money tokens. And this is what I would normally do to try to find, plays for our group. Every few days I try to find some things. So let's see here. I'll just let me walk you through one of our best profitable wallets. Let me find them here. They're like 90% profitable, so and I think that's just over the last 30 days. It's not all time, but you can see they do very well. They got 4 million. And what we can do with this is look at when they entered. So I'm just gonna click a couple of these here that are well known. Actually, this BLENDR one, yeah, this could be a very good play. This is a new one we just posted today. Some of these may look familiar. Mute is another one we're looking at, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, TPAD's one we did at one time. Mora's definitely one. Okay, so we'll just look at a few of these. So here's where this person entered and why they're so good. You've got, these are purchases in the teal color. I'm not really worried about where they take profits, but they did a very good job taking profits as things went up as well. Does it show their profitability? They actually hold some still. They hold a lot, actually. So if GPU comes down, I really like this project. If it was to dip, which it currently is a little bit, if it was to dip down to maybe 46 cents or something, I'd be very interested in buying a lot of it. Let's see, value, okay. Yeah, so they've actually made a 19x on this so far. They're doing very well with it. Here's a buy here before the pump. They bought more as it continued to pump. So they have a lot of conviction in BLENDR. Look at that, 121,000. I'm going to get into BLENDR more maybe here in a little bit. I think, well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and bring a chart up and we'll talk about BLENDR right now because I need to look at it. I'm going to show you my process. So I'm making a new chart and I'm going to bring up BLENDR. Oops, I spelled it wrong. And stick around for this. I mean, don't get, we have a short attention span, but if you really want to learn something or if you want to see why this is a good play, then, pay attention to this because I'm going to show you how I go through these. And I really don't mind showing you because nobody out there can outwork me. I know that. So that's why a lot of people are in the group, is because me and the other 2 people in there doing calls can outwork just about anybody else. And we call some things that are ready to move usually. Let's see. So this is BLENDR. It's at $1. Let me make sure I got the right one here. Current price $1.01. Okay. Yeah, that's the right one. So normally what I would do is I would go to a very high time frame, and I'm just going to go through this quickly. I'm trying to find support resistance areas. Newer tokens are tougher to find the support resistance. Like here would be one probably, maybe even the wick down there. So I would say it's bullish above here. That's 66 area. Need to look at this though. I may adjust this here in a second. Actually, we could move this up here. Might make this our support line. And I can get into more detail. You know, if you do join our group, I can show you in more detail how to find these, because I am going through this pretty quick. I would just adjust this down a bit, maybe right in there. These are more zones than just a single line, so be aware of that. Yeah, so I think it's flirting with this line currently, somewhere in there. And then we'll look at the social score just to see what it's doing here in a second. This could be a really good buy here. I mean, it needs to hold 50 RSI, obviously, but let's look at, I have to go to a very low time frame. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a green there saying it's getting bullish. Any of these new tokens could dip down further, though. Just be aware of that. You know, they are a little bit more risky. Very few of them are actually rug pulls. You know, a lot of people talk about rug pulls. It doesn't happen often. Most of the time, it's just FUD, and then the thing pops right back up over time. Let's just see what it's showing on hourly for the crypto or the engineering. What did I call it? Engineering robo AI. Yeah, so not a lot of people talking about it currently. It is in the green. There is a buy signal, so this is a good place to accumulate. I'm not saying that it's going to stay above this line for sure. It could come back down to this support, so just be aware of that if you do play it. And you know, now that I look at it, this is probably a better support line, just in case it revisits this wick. So this is your accumulation zone right here. Although that's a very big accumulation area. Yeah, maybe right in there, or well, that works right there. Yeah, that's fine too. So 58 to $1, or almost 60 cents to $1. That's your long term. If you're going to play it like a long term play, that's your long term accumulation zone. All right, so that's Blender. Let's keep going here. I just wanted to show you where this person's buying. So AIT, they bought it early. They sold some. They're still holding some. Here's ZKML. They're still holding this one strong. They bought a ton of it, 118,000. They are up, what, about 200% or so. They bought this one early. It's not shown on here because it's a longer hold. Oh, no, actually, they bought this one at the top. So sometimes they get it wrong. But this could be a good accumulation token right now. We need to look at mute. I'm just going to take a quick look at it and just see what price action looked like. Because the most important thing on any chart is your price action. Of course, your support resistance goes hand in hand with that, but you want good market structure. Let me see if I can find, that's 48 cents. Yeah, it's showing 50 cents. So that's got to be the right one. Yeah, the intelligence score is not good right now for social. Oh, that's nice. I mean, it could be just doing a triangle thing and then break out bigger. This is actually a really good setup now that I'm looking at it. I mean, Mog did the exact same thing. This could be... Yeah, it doesn't look bad, actually. I mean, there's a chance it might just keep running down the line a little bit more and then take off, but I like this one a lot. So Blender and Mute, I think, are two good options so far. And I'm going to keep those up. TPAD, this person bought it early. I don't know why they sold so early. That's why I don't worry about their sales so much. I just want to know what they're getting into. That's the most important thing for me. Okay, so I'm going to keep Blender, and I'm going to keep Mute. And then we will look at some more. Oh yeah, Mora, they got in early too. I think we got in before they did though. Oh, let's talk about QUBIC real quick. So QUBIC, my number one conviction holding. Braver, I will always be thankful and grateful to him for introducing me to this project, because it's just one of the best projects in my opinion. It's just, I mean, it's got so much going for it. The founder is highly successful. One of the first, Bitcoin OGs that was like the third person to mine it ever. So even having the conviction and the knowledge to be able to mine Bitcoin that early was something special. And he took, IOTA and NXT to the very top in 2017. I think it was two of the top three ICOs, made people a lot of money. And you'll see a lot of detractors of CFB come from beyond. You'll see a lot of like IOTA maxis that are always on his case about things. But I mean, when somebody's that successful and made people a lot of money in 2017, what do you have to complain about? Is it because you didn't get in before IOTA pumped? That's probably it. Is it jealousy? That's probably it. So I'm not worried about all that stuff. In my book, he's fine. Yeah, he does a lot of boasting. Maybe he is. He has a lot of pride. I guess he should. Look what he's done. But pride does come before the fall sometimes. So I just hope QUBIC doesn't fall. If come from beyond, he may have a fall from grace personally. I hope not. I think it is important for us to be gracious and kind to everybody, but everybody does their own thing. So our current resistance is, I'm just going to call it 10,350, and it could be moved up a little bit here. The 10.3 to 10.5 range is the major resistance currently. We can come back down to where this wick came down, which was around 7,300. And it could even come down to here, like 5,600. So just be aware those are possibilities. This is a long-term number one conviction hold for me. I am holding it until close to the top. Nobody knows what the top's going to be. We'll just have to see what smart money's doing at the time and see if we can figure out when to get out at the right time. And speaking of that, I want to show a couple of things. So here is the stablecoin exchange flow. It's mostly going down, but every once in a while, smart money will infuse some capital into plays. So it's kind of going down more slowly than anticipated, almost like a chart. It doesn't just go straight down. It kind of chops down. And all this means is as things are going up, that means stablecoins are being sent to the exchanges to be used for purchasing altcoins or Bitcoin, whatever it is. And then as it goes down, that means smart money is taking stablecoin profits and storing them in their wallet for the next, whether it's a temporary dip or whatever, so they can take advantage of some kind of dip. And I'm not saying that it's going to keep going down here. I don't know. Maybe it pops back up here and people start buying again, but I do believe this month we're going to see something. And ETH has been coming off of exchanges as well. It's kind of inverse of this chart. So that means when ETH comes off of exchanges, people are expecting it to go up. The only other thing I was going to show you regarding this is, right here. So I found this very interesting when I came across it a couple of weeks ago. Currently, it's about 5% stablecoins are being held by smart money, which is a very low amount. You usually don't see that. And this does kind of remind me of a chart, but eventually this bearish looking chart, if it was a chart, it ends up starting to become more bullish. And that's kind of what happened here. Back around the same time in 2021, we had a spike where a lot of smart money went to stable coins, and they saw it coming. And I'll show it to you here. Let me just get rid of this thing. So if we look back on like the daily chart, smart money was taking profits more heavily in this range. So they saw the top coming, and then they wanted to get back in here. So you'll see, let me see what this date is, May, June, July. So they took profits in March to April 2021. And then May, June, July, we should see where they went back into alts. So let's just go back here. Yeah, March, April, right in that range. They were going to stable coins. And then May, June, July. Yeah, there was a little bit of a dip there. It looks like they jumped back in, or right here, they jumped back in. So a lot of stable coins in their wallets at this point, and then they jump back into the market for the next push. But notice how in November, when we had our top, we got another spike right there, and then it really spiked in 2022. So a lot of smart money took profits later than they probably wanted to, but you can tell that they got out of the market before the majority of the people, and that's why they're smart money. Oh yeah, I was on the right thing. Okay. Looks like meme coins are still dominating here according to sector flows. It's where most of the money is going. Notice there's not much money going anywhere else though, and that's why I kind of feel like there's a dip coming at some point this month. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. It could be later this month. I thought it was going to be like early to mid-March. That was my initial thought that I kept putting out there. But we've only got 2 days to the middle of March, so we'll see. All right, let's look at some more tokens. I know you're here for the tokens, so let's do that. Let me check signals real quick. Smart money received, Pendle. That's higher market cap than I want to look at. TATSU could be one to look at. This right here is a signal. This is a play that we actually called. I forgot to show on there. But SIN, we made some profit on it, and it looks like there's been some profit taking by smart money, and they're still continuing to take profit according to that. So received is what you want to look for on smart money to see if they're buying. There's a lot of scent here though, which tells me there's profit taking. This is Nexo. It's an older token. It's 1 billion market cap. I don't really want to look at that. Toncoin. This could be one. So we'll check those. Oh, sorry, never mind. That one's. I don't like that one because it's such a big. Well, you know what? Let me look at Toncoin because it could be that the fully diluted valuation's showing different. No, it's still 15 billion. Okay. All right, so let's jump into a different view here. I'm going to go to my dashboard. Well, actually, no. This is a free option right here on Nansen if you don't want to purchase it just yet. Token inflow is something that you can scroll through and just see what smart money is, like the 24-hour total money that is inflowed into smart money wallets. So you can see what tokens that smart money is looking at that they're most interested in. And we brought up TATSU just now. Banana was one I saw show up this morning. That's Banana Bot, I think. Gecko was one I featured in the last video. KEP is one that keeps showing up as well. I'm going to look at that one again. What we want is AI projects if we can find it. Those are the ones that are... Oh, there's Shutter. I just talked about it earlier. I think it could be a good buy right now. There's Suka. It's been doing well. RSC is one that's been showing up some lately. We'll look at that. S Fund is one we have on our long-term higher conviction projects. It's like a, what do you call it? A launch pad for gaming projects. I'm just looking for ones that seem interesting, that have a decent amount of money that's come in. These are more like if we're trying to find something really early. Shrap is one that's on our long-term projects as well that we have more conviction in. It's one of the better, what do you call it, like a FPS shooter for gaming. XCAD. I know there's a big group of people out there that like XCAD. We'll take a look at it. OLAS has been showing up more lately too. Okay, let's look through those real quick. So Banana, we're just going to look and see what smart money's doing. If there's, I mean, there is some uptrend here on smart money. There are a few of my favorite wallets in it, so that's good. There is a volume increase. Yeah, this one looks fine. I think this is one you can consider to enter. It hasn't really climbed much yet. So, you know, it has been trending up, so it looks okay for now. KEP. If I don't see any of my favorite wallets, and I usually don't mess with these, let me just see if this wallet's any good here. Yeah, this wallet's decent. I mean, looks like they're not super active. They got some big negative losses here, so maybe not the best. So yeah, I would probably skip on KEP. We'll look at AEVO here. Well, 3 billion market cap. I don't love it. But let's just see if we got any. Yeah, there's none of our wallets in it, so I'm gonna skip that one. RSC, I know we had some in this one. Looks pretty good. Oh, it looks like they got out. Okay. Well, the one that has been accumulating did purchase recently, and there is a bit of an uptick lately. This one could be at a support level just based on what I'm seeing. Yeah. So it kind of hit this support level right there after moving up on a 5. Well, no, it did almost a 10x. It could need longer to consolidate, but this might be one to consider. Yeah, so just check out Research Coin. Check out the project. Maybe you're interested in it. Wand is a new one I've never seen. 8 million market cap. Some volume coming in lately. Yeah, there's an uptrend there. This actually looks pretty good. We do have one of our favorite wallets in it. So it's up about a 4 to 5x so far. It's a newer token. Well, October 23. Yeah, it's fairly new. I wonder if it's part of the Spell. You know, there's a Spell token. I wonder if it's part of the Spell network or something. I might look more closely at this one for our group. What is this one? XCAD. Yeah, XCAD there's a lot of people that are in this one, so I think it will do well. It's just that I'm not currently interested in it just because there's no wallets that I track in it. I mean, I've spent a whole lot of time trying to find these wallets, and they're very good ones. They're like high win rate, so I trust them much more than anything else that I see on here. Here is OLAS. And there is a couple wallets in here that are okay. They're not my favorite, but this has been a nice uptrend. 3 billion market cap. Don't really care for that too much, but I mean, this could be a really nice consolidation range after a move up of, what is that, 6 or 7x. Yeah, it could just keep going. So you may want to look into OLAS. All right, let's look at some of the two that we talked about earlier, or maybe it was just the one. Yeah, TATSU. I wonder if this is a meme coin. I have to look more into these. Yeah, I like the way the consolidation looks so far anyway. So what did we move up? About a 5x. That's all it's done so far. There's plenty of room left. There are some really good wallets in it that I like. One has taken profit recently within the last 7 days, but this is an uptrend. I like this one a lot, actually. 54 million market cap. Okay, I'm going to look at that one later as well. So I think that's about all I wanted to get into. You know, this video has probably gone longer than I wanted to. It just takes a long time to go through all this stuff, especially when I'm talking about the Discord and trying to get that message out there for people that want a good place to build community. And just to reiterate something here, that's what we're all about, is building something together. Started it in late February. We're reinvesting membership profits or membership money at 50 people, which we've already reached. We're launching that new alpha coming up. And the more alpha we add, the more we have to charge on the monthly fee. So the people that got in early, the first 50 paid 50 a month. Now the people that are getting in up to 100 people are paying 75, and then it'll probably be $100 a month after that. And we're not going to make it a huge group. It's not about us making money. It's about us building something, working together, you know, being the leaders in our families and truly changing people's lives. But we can change people's lives an additional way, right? We can also be a positive influence in their life. So, you know, just try to be that every day. Try to improve every day. That's another thing we always work on. And we're going to keep doing education like that so people learn how to do this for themselves. If you want to leave the group after a while, you know, after learning everything from me, that's fine. But just understand that I am going to outwork you because that's who I am. You know, I put a lot of effort into everything that I do. I do want to be successful. I want everybody else to be successful, but I also want to do it with love and compassion and just, you know, making sure that everybody is living in a way that is something that everybody else looking up to them would want to strive for. I mean, if we, and I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, but if we exact change within ourselves and people see that, then maybe they change themselves or maybe they try to do something better. And it helps the world in general because light is always going to pierce through the darkness. And that's what we're looking for. We want to improve everyone else's position so that it improves ours as well and helps everybody. Because I do believe we are all one. I mean, that's really the basis of life. We are supposed to be out here helping people, and hopefully everybody gets that message. Hopefully it's coming across the right way with love. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Join the group if you want. Got a description or got a link in the description below. And we've only got 50 slots open currently for that. Actually, it's less than that. It's about, we're up to 60 people or so. So there's probably, you know, maybe 40 slots open currently. And then we'll open it up again at a later time. But y'all have a good week, and maybe we'll do another one this week, but I'm pretty busy usually. So I might just be doing one a week. And in that case, watch my Twitter here because I do a lot of updates daily there, whereas I can't do a video every day usually. Okay, hope y'all have a good week. Thank you.